Joining me on the show to talk about his next MMA scrap for CES at CES 74 this Saturday night is Richie Santiago. What's up, my man?
Hey, what's going on, Steve? Good to see you.
You too, bro. I saw you last week at Cage Titans event. You did not work that event like you usually do as far as commentary because you have this fight coming up. But first question of the day is, bro, you're at a fighting event last week, and you seen all these guys throw down a training partner of yours as well. Does that fire you up for your own fight that was, a week later?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love going to the fights, and I'm usually working at Cage Titans, so I'm usually running around doing stuff. But this one, I'm in camp, so watching the fights, watching one of my teammates fight, some of my friends, it just gets me hyped up. It just gets me ready to go because, I'm watching these guys, go out there and get their wins. And I'm just, I'm ready to get in there and do my thing.
Well, my man, it's been over a year since you went into that cage and, had some fun. Here it is, about 13, 14 months later, you're hitting CES again. I think this is going to be your 11th professional fight for CES. This time they're going to be in Cranston at the historic Park Theater. Beautiful place, man. How excited are you to fight for CES again and to fight in a venue you've never been before?
Oh, yeah, I'm pumped. Like you said, my 11th CES appearance, I went pro at CES. I've been with them. They've been very good to me over the years. I'm a CES guy. I've always been. So, they gave me the opportunity to fight at a new venue in Cranston, Rhode Island. I always like fighting in Rhode Island. It's closer to my house. So I'm excited to try something new and check out this Park Theater in Cranston. It should be good.
Well, my friend, I grew up right there. That was my place to hang out on the weekends. We used to get thrown out of there every weekend from hanging around at the movie theater around across the street. There's a little park. Cranston East, where I graduated from, is directly across the street from the Park Theater. It's a great area right there, that whole Ralph Square there, man. So kudos for CES for getting that venue. I know they've had some boxing events. I do believe this might be their first MMA event there. And it's happening on a Saturday night. CES mostly has their fights on Friday night cards. So this is something special all around. So, my man, it's been over a year, as I said. What's been the kind of the holdup, being on the shelf for, 14 months or so?
Yeah, it's just been kind of like, ever since that last fight, I had another loss. It ended up being, three losses in a row, which was tough. Mentally, it was really, really discouraging. And I just turned 30, so I kind of started to get, kind of thoughts of like, all right, do I hang it up? Do I go back out there? I don't know. So, I kind of went back and forth on what I was going to do. But I kind of quickly decided, I'm not done fighting. I still got a few more years in me at least. And so, the timing, I was just waiting for the right time. And so, I think I've been looking to fight since, I think I was trying to get on like a January card. That didn't work out. Trying to get on a spring card, that didn't work out. But yeah, it was just timing. The timing just didn't feel right. The right fights didn't pop up. And, then I think right around May, I really felt like, I really felt like I could flip the switch again. I was like, I'm ready to fight again. I kind of got into that fight mode where I was like training every day, working hard every day, stop messing around, cleaning up my diet. And I just, I would say back in May, I kind of flipped the switch and said, okay, I'm fighting in the summer. Like, this is my goal, is to fight in the summer. And, there was a bunch of cards going on, like Combat FC had a card in June, Cage Titans just had a card last week. Combat Zone has a card in August, so there was a few options. I kind of put my name everywhere, honestly. You know, I was just looking for anything. And then CES, Pat Sullivan hit me up. He offered me a good fight. Said, hey, if you want to do this fight, we could put you on this card. It's going to be in Cranston. I love fighting in Rhode Island, so I was like, you know what? I mean, I'm a CES guy, so I might as well do it.
Well, my man, your gym is in Rhode Island, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Your main camp in Triforce, so they're right down the street, and they have a ton of talent on this card. Gary Balletto. They have they have Tyrene De Silva. They have Chris. I don't believe Chris Martino's training there, but he used to cross train there. So there are roots all over this card with Triforce. They have grapplers there that are going to be on the card also. How again, how cool is it to go into battle with training partners and friends on the same card?
It's the best. I love going on to fight cards where I have training partners and brothers with me training. Like just now, I'm getting out of Triforce now. I'm on my way home. Me and Tyrene were sitting in the sauna together. And it's funny, we're at the weight wise, we're at the exact spot. He's like 9 pounds over 145. I'm about 9 pounds over 135. So we're in the exact same spot. So me and him were working out together. We were sitting in the sauna together, sweating together. And it's nice to have somebody who's going through the exact same thing, the exact same goal, and we're gonna go in Friday. We're gonna go in together and weigh in together, and then on Saturday we're gonna go in together and we're gonna warm up together. So I love having a training partner with me. It's the best feeling, man. And like you said, we have 5 guys on this card. So it's me, Tyrene, and then Gary's the main event fighting. And then we also have Leon Davis, who's grappling, and Percy Smith, who's grappling. So we got 5 guys on this card, so we're showing out.
Excellent, my man. Well, just to go back a little bit, when you talked about, you're on a 3-fight losing streak, I do believe early in your amateur career, was it your first few amateur fights, you were winless, and then you went on a huge winning streak that brought you into the pro ranks, correct?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That it feels like it's almost like history's repeating itself. Like,
well, my man,
because I started at 0-3 and then I went on a tear. So we'll see.
Well, my man, like you mentioned, I mean, it's been 14 months, but you did mention you tried to put your name in there. You wanted to fight, back in January, so you would have been in there earlier than this time right here. But during this time that you haven't been fighting in the cage, have you been adding anything into the game? You've been at it for a long time, I know, but you're 30 years old. That's still young in the game, and you have all these other training partners that are coming into Lausanne's on them certain nights, coming into Triforce. You're getting these new guns coming into the frame as far as pro fighters and amateur fighters with the talent. And, Randy Costa's back. You got Jay Perrin that's jumping in Lausanne's now getting some rounds. So anything changed in your regiment and training in, this time since your last fight back in June of 2022?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything's changed too radically. I mean, it's, I got the best coaches. I got the best training partners. Like, as long as I show up and do the work, I know I'm doing it right. As far as like changing things, I think I've been trying to train smarter, trying to, recover more. I'm doing the sauna every day. I'm, doing the ice baths and stuff like that, trying to take care of my body more. Like I said, I turned 30 last year. So my body, it doesn't feel the same like it used to. It doesn't feel like when I was 20 where I could work out, 2-3 times a day, not even stretch, and just do the same thing the next day. Like nowadays I'm doing 2 a days, and it's like, if I don't stretch, if I don't do the sauna, like I'm walking around like an old man, so it's just, a lot of it's just, adapting to my body and just, taking care of myself and just training smarter, and I, like you said, I'm still training at Lausanne's. I go over there, I'm working with like, Andrew Valdina and Joe Poirier, and it's funny because it's like, those guys were, they were amateurs, and now they're coming up as professional prospects. So it's fun to work with them because every time I work with them, they get a little better. So it's like it just always keeps me on my toes because they're getting so good so quick. You know, like you said, Randy's back now. Jay's part of the team at Lausanne. So a lot of great guys over there to work with. So it's just, like I said, you know, I have the best teams, best coaches. So, you know, as long as I put in the work, I'll get to where I need to be.
Excellent. Well, a couple more questions, my man. You're back after a little time off. You wanted to get in a fight in there, but you know, you're back. Cage Titans will have another card. Combat FC will have another card. CES will have another card. Combat Zone will have another card before the end of the year after this fight here. How busy are you looking to stay, Richie? You come out of this fight, you know, fairly healthy. You know, how busy are you looking to stay going toward the second half of the year?
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I will say this. I really, this whole camp, this whole training, you know, getting back into the swing of, you know, really feeling like a fighter again. I've really enjoyed it. I've kind of like, all that time off, I kind of almost forgot what it was like. You know, I start to like lose that identity of like, it's almost like people don't even remember. They think I'm a DJ first and then like a fighter on the side. It's like, it was never like that. I was always a fighter first. You know, no matter what, I was always a fighter first. So I think the past few months, just getting ready for this fight, I've kind of gotten back into that swing where I really feel like a fighter again. And I'm really enjoying it. So, you know, granted, if everything goes well with this fight, I mean, I could try to get another fight, you know, in the fall, you know, maybe in the November cards or whatever. We'll see. I might try to stay active and get another fight in this year.
Excellent, my man. Well, last question before I let you give your shout out sponsors, social media and all that other stuff. Here we are, man. Your first fight back in over 14 months. What do we expect to see from Richie Santiago in CES in Cranston, Rhode Island on his first fight back?
Hey, man, if you see me fight, you know what to expect. I go out there, kill or be killed. You know what I'm saying? I tell people this all the time. It's kind of funny. I've never won a decision. It's rather I get the finish or I get finished. I don't care what happens. I'm going in there for blood. It's going to be a good fight regardless of whatever I want to lose. I'm going to put on a show. So you can count on that.
Well, my friend, out of those 8 wins, you got there seven finishes in them 8 wins, man. So, yeah, you don't go to did you say you've been to one decision, though, right? Or no decision?
No, I have all 8 of my wins are finishes.
Oh,
I lost the decision.
Oh,
I've only been
right.
to the decision once.
That's right. All right, so you lost the decision. All right, my man. Well, yeah. I don't see this going any different as far as a finish on Saturday night there, my friend. So welcome back to the cage, bro. It's been a long time. Pleasure to you know, see you work on Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
Well, with that said, social media, shout outs, any sponsors, thank yous, anything you want to say before I let you go and, you know, finish up your last week of camp.
Yeah, man, you can follow me on Instagram at Ricardo Miguel 1010, you know, on Facebook at Richard Santiago. You know, I only got one sponsor, Andiamo Fightwear, Vinny Tedesco. He's sponsoring my shorts for this fight. So shout out to Vinny for that. Thank you so much. And thank you, Steve, for having me.
Always, bro. Anytime you want to come down afterwards, man, it's a pleasure. You're great on the mic and in front of the mic, my man. So congratulations on being back, bro. And we'll see you Saturday night at CES 74.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right.